5. It's 1st and 10. A run with the man out of Purdue. That's Tyrone Tracy. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Throwing. Dart. Throw. Left side. That's Johnson. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. 1st down. Giants.
First down, Giants.
Operating from the gun, it's Dart. Right back to Johnson. He's got it again. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. That one good for 26 yards. Here's 1st and 10.
First down. A gain of 26 yards. And the Giants first down.
So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Giants football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10. Dart. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Defense got lucky on that one. There's no one accounting for the running back out of the backfield as they should have, and fortunately for them, he bails them out by not securing the catch.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he'll get about 7. Still short of that 1st down. And he'll try to convert it on 3rd down.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
3rd and 2, and it's Dart. And that is incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. They'll go, and here's Dart. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Giants. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback, they get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
And this one is no good. Not sure if the rain and the wet footing is an issue there, but no extra point. The score stays where it is. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Hurts looking to throw on first down. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. A pass caught by Saquon. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They get 24 on that one. First down, Philadelphia.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Hurts. Forced out wide. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he'll be out of bounds down at the 20. A gain there of 20. Good for an Eagles first down.
10 at the 20-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Second and 10.
Hey, 73, 73. Great, set.
Now Hurts. And that's complete to A.J. Brown. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Great, set. Trimmer. Kyle left Yeti. He's checking crack.
Hurts again. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Eagles. His 4th TD grab of the season. For quarterbacks, there are so many stats we use to measure a good season. This is one of them. 30 touchdowns. That was number 30 on the year. Jake Elliott now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Eagles open the lead to 4. It's 10-6. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. They'll go to the ground, and here's Tracy on 1st down. From the 35, here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Great job here defensively, Mike. Make them snap the ball again. 2nd and 1, they're not conceding anything. Make it 3rd and 1 and see if your defense can come up again with a stop for no gain.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Out of a gun, here comes Dart. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
At the 44-yard line.
Now the shotgun. It's Dart. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
The defense had their sights set on making a big play one way or another. First, it was the initial pressure. They thought they had the quarterback for a sack, but then they get their hands on the ball, and I think if you're this offense walking back into the huddle, Mike, an incomplete pass there, probably the best possible outcome.
Throwing again, Dart. And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? Something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Hit that just a bit. Defense beyond the goal line, and that is is a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, let's go. Trim it.
Hurts delivers it quick to Brown. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Pushed out to his left. A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
On the toss, here comes Dillon. Gets to the end at the 30. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25. 20-yard pickup there. 1st down, Philadelphia.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs kind of help wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Trim it.
Here's Barkley. And the left bursting ball. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get 1st down after 1st down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
Hurts. It is brought in the end zone. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The quarterback, with all of his eligible receivers available, uses the back out of the backfield that time, Greg, to take it to the end zone.
And when your running back, Mike, is a valid threat in the passing game, man, it just gives you so many options. And in this case, it was the running back that was the open target. He's able to put the pass on the money. Easy 6 points.
Still a little time. Final minute of this 1st half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This is fielded inside the 5. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
On 1st and 10 here. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Jalen Carter. He works his way in, and that's now 5 sacks for him on the year. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now Dart. Now a ball deep, middle of the field. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
Throwing is Dart. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
Here comes Jackson on the return. Yeah. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's Dart on 1st and 10. Down the field, it's caught on that left sideline. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That is caught. Touchdown, New York. That's his second touchdown of this one, and he's got a half dozen for the year.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
To throw is Dart. That's pulled in, and they're able to tack on the 2-point conversion.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no return here. This is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here comes 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. On the run to the right. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
And a
Probably took him a little bit longer than they would have preferred, but he finally gets on the board. First catch, first touch. Here as we start the second half.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'd say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
Now Barkley. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that one. Good for an Eagles 1st down.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. That's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Hurts. Front to his right. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. Brian Burns in for the sack. It is a loss of 8. And now it's 3rd down.
Trimmer.
Now it's Hurts. Rolling to the left. Trying to go back over the middle. You can't do that. It's intercepted. Picked up by Bobby Okereke.
You know, Mike, I like the mindset of this offensive coordinator. He's saying, listen, I'm not looking to preserve this lead. I'm looking to extend my lead. Now, that aggressive play calling in this case led to the turnover. Now your defense has to take the field. Can they bail you out and keep this lead unchanged prior to their next possession?
They'll run with Tracy. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. 2nd and 5. On the ground, here's Tracy. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
Here's Dart. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. It sets up 4th down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And some good running on that return as he takes it up close to midfield.
Great.
Fake the give. Now it's Hurts. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. Chauncey Golston. He gets in to record his second sack of the game, number 4 on the season. On second down, Hurts. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now third down comes up.
I feel like their quarterback, for the most part, has looked pretty solid. I mean, it's everybody else that seems to have let him down with the drop balls and the mistakes. That's really what's killing these drives.
Third and long.
Hey, easy, 63, back. No touch.
Hurts. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is fourth down. Here comes the Eagles punt team. As this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punt it away. This is going to be fielded at the goal line. And some nifty running on the returns. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down.
Let's go now. 70 Timberwolves. 18 Pioneer.
On first down, start, and he'll be taken down. They get him back at the 5-yard line. Nolan Smith, he's in there for the sack. It's his third of the year. Dart going to throw it on second down. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
All these defensive linemen, I promise you, they all want sacks. That is how you get paid. That is how you make your name. But it's also the other plays where you can affect the quarterback. Can you make them feel uncomfortable? Or in this case, you don't get the sack, but it was the hit that's able to alter the pass to fall incomplete.
What can they do here? This is third and forever. Dart. He's going to air this one out. And that is incomplete.
I like the fact that they took a shot on third and long, right? A lot of offenses in that situation would be a little bit more conservative playing for the fourth down punt. They're trying to pick up a big chunk play through the air. But now that you can't connect, it all but guarantees you got to punt this ball away as it brings up fourth and a mile.
To return, it's Jackson. And he's going to have a first down as he's taken down on what is the final play of this third quarter. Fourth quarter starts, and it's a run for Barkley. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll run the toss to Barkley. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. He'll get that out to Barkley. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it. You start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
The offense staying out there for this 4th down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Deonte Banks.
This is just the last thing you can afford to do, especially in this situation. Like, there's just no need to force the ball. You're playing with a lead. It's late in the game, and I know he's got a lot of confidence in his arm, and he thinks he can get away with it, but that decision, it proves to be costly.
Now it's Tracy looking to run, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
I can promise you that is not how he wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
On play action, it is Dart. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Think of all the guys that we came in today thinking that this defense could control. This is probably the last guy we would have thought. I mean, but give this defense a lot of credit. They had a plan to take away one of the best options, and they've certainly executed it to perfection.
He's got his tight end. That's Johnson. And they will finally run him down. It's a big play when they needed it the most. And even 30 yards.
Big-time play there as they try to cut into this fourth quarter deficit. At this point in the game, Mike, remember, you're just going to get a couple more possessions, so you have to make the most of them, especially with the lead being this close for the taking.
1st and 10. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Yeah, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. They get an even 20 on that one. That's good for a Giants 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
Motion man is Hyatt. Throwing again, Dart. That is incomplete. Here we go. We're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
Complete. And he will have a Giants first down. That was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give him a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Here we go.
To the air once more is Dart. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
And while everyone's going to focus on the play downfield, this touchdown, Mike, it ultimately occurs because of the protection up front. They do a great job picking up the blitz, and with those extra few seconds, that's all the time he needs. Finds his man streaking downfield, open, and when great awareness meets great scheme, all you need is great execution.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Gray gonna return it. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Here is 1st and 10. To throw is Hurts. Rolling right. Off he goes. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
When you find yourself trailing here late in the game, decision-making is critical. Not only is he able to extend the drive by picking up the first down with his legs, great job by the quarterback understanding, get out of bounds, stop the clock, save as much time as possible as they try to make a comeback.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. So the Eagles will use their first time out here. Clock stopped, 21 seconds to go in the game. 2 timeouts, still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. To throw, Hurts. Flush to his right. He keeps it himself. And they'll move it down to the 11-yard line. He's out of bounds there. They get 22 yards there. First down, Philadelphia.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting first downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
Hurts to the air on first down. And unable to connect there. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, Snake, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Here's second down. Throwing is Hurts. That's hauled in at the 2. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
This game has certainly not been for the faint of heart, Mike. I mean, we've been riding the ups and downs the entire time. But what a job by this offense. Game on the line to find a way to score and take the lead with very little time remaining.
Makes the score Eagles 24, Giants 20. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. Short kick taken at the 17. And this is going to be a touchdown. What a shocking finish. There are no flags, and this game is over.
Doesn't it feel like we go weeks at a time, Mike, without a nice return in the kicking game? But now here late in the fourth quarter, he finds a crease and he hits the hole and doesn't stop until he's celebrating in the end zone.
So a road win here for the Giants. They get the victory away from home in the division, which is so valuable. And they'll get another shot in their place next time later in the season. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.